Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Cam, and I'm back with another reaction video. How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? How you guys day going? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Today we're reacting to Protect This Woman. Black judge stops a man from becoming a felon after his own attorney tried to set him up for a conviction. First, I want to start off by saying I'm not too familiar how this court system stuff works because of me personally, I've never been through it. My slate is clean. My slate is clean as baby's ass. No arrest warrants, no tickets, no nothing. Haven't been in trouble with the law ever. But shout out to her for looking out for him, and it's good still seeing that there's good people out there that are willing to help one another, whether it be friends, family, cousin, uncle, judge, attorney, police officer. It's the people out there that are kind enough to help or look out for one another when it comes down to shit like this. So shout out to her. Let's get into this video and figure out what's going on. But again, shout out to her for looking out and trying to save him from going down a road that doesn't have to go down. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with the like button, turn on post notification, you're notified every time I post a video. Also, if you guys have any videos like from your social media sites in the description below, feel free to send them in and I react to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video.
All right. So this is what I can do because the state is opposed to your application for deferred adjudication. I can reset this in a couple of weeks. You can bring whatever witnesses you want to bring. The state will give me his criminal history and we can go from there. And then I'll make a decision on whether or not deferred or...
Do you want to do that, or do you want just probation from the bench today? I just want probation. I just want to get this over with, man.
But here's the thing. People say they want to get things over with, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And they don't think about the consequences of their actions. What I'm telling you is your attorney has applied for deferred adjudication. Not getting this over with right now, maybe I'll give you deferred adjudication and you won't have a felony conviction. But if you want to get this over right now, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a felony conviction, and that felony conviction is going to follow you wherever you go like a ball and chain. And it's going to affect your ability to get employment if that's what you're intending to do. But if you want to go for it, I'll go for it. You'll be found guilty and you'll receive your regular probation, and it's going to be a conviction on your record.
Which way do you want to go?
How old are you?
31, ma'am.
31. You don't need to look at your attorney to make a decision. Do you want to be a felon?
No, ma'am. I don't want. I'm a driver. He's a truck driver, Your Honor, so it will affect his life.
And honestly, like truthfully, this shit is crazy because his attorney. First and foremost, you're a grown ass man. You understand what I'm saying? If a judge is asking you a question in your fate of life, you're supposed to be confident enough to understand that, okay, Your Honor, this is what I want to go down, this is what I don't want to go down. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. That's just how I see it, right? You have a judge that's looking you in your face telling you, I don't want you to take this road. I don't want you to go down this road. There's another way there's another route that you can go down where you don't have to be a felon, you don't have to go on probation, and then they should have to stick to you. But you're choosing to stick with the probation portion. Why? I don't know. Like she said, everyone wants the easy way out. Easy way out is always the best way out. You understand what I'm saying? She's trying to save you from having to go through this whole long line of scrutiny throughout your life because you're only 31 years old and you still have a long life ahead of you, and you possibly have a bright future ahead of you that you still could, do things. With you settling for this fucking felony charge on your record is going to hinder you. The part that I find crazy is that your attorney is the one that's standing next to you in the courtroom, right? Telling you, what do you want to do? My brother, you the one that put in this thing to beat this case. You put it in for him to defer the court's decision on taking probation. And you're sitting here choosing to ignore not tell him, like, listen, we're not doing this. We're not going to let you settle for probation. We're not going to let you go on and settle for a felony on your record. We're going to take the other route. What do you want to do? You're asking him. This shit is crazy, y'all. This shit is crazy. This is why we need to stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble, educate each other, one another on how this shit works. You clearly look like you don't know what the hell you're doing right now. On your face, it's like, what should I be doing? I haven't been through it, so I can't tell you what you should not be doing. But you have a judge that's standing in front of you telling you, like, listen, you don't got to settle for this. You don't got to settle for this. You should be more than thankful for that because she's willing to help you.
However, I told them that it may or may not, who knows, 6 years down the road under this administration, they'll be truck drivers. But be that as it may, you have a choice today. I just want to take probation on.
We can go off the record. Do you understand what you're saying to me? You're saying to me that you want a felony conviction. And what I'm telling you is, according to your plea bargain agreement, If I give you a felony conviction and you mess up on it, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. If you end up with deferred adjudication, you don't have a felony conviction, and if you mess up on it, you're looking at 10 years prison. So you're telling the court that you want to take the easy way out
yeah.
and get a conviction on your record. So you can be the felon. Felon Wade. Is that what you want?
Oh, ma'am.
So why do you need to look at your attorney to make a determination on whether or not you want to come back in 2 weeks? Because maybe in 2 weeks, maybe I'll give you deferred adjudication. Maybe your attorney's going to present
Shout out
something
to
to
her,
me
man.
that will tell me that you're deserving of deferred adjudication. Maybe the state is going to come back to me and say, this is the only thing he has. He doesn't have any other criminal history. So what do you want to do?
What should you do?
And still keep looking at him.
Ma'am, I don't know the land of the law. I'm just here.
I'm going to help you out. We're coming back in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey man, shout out to this judge, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the title said, protect her at all costs. We need more good people like her out there in the world, you know, that'll help young black men or even people in general to prevent them from having to go down a road that they don't have to go down. You know what I'm saying? She clearly sees that there's a lack of what's the word I'm looking for when it comes down to someone not wanting to do their job. There's a word out there, you know what I'm talking about, but she clearly sees that there's a lack of this guy giving a fuck about his client. Because clearly you put in something for him to not have to be to be a felon. Yes, but you're not pushing for it. You're letting him decide his fate on taking the short road, easy way out, and becoming a felon in the system and pretty much fucking up his future because you're not choosing to stand up for your client. That is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this happens way too often because us as young black men, we're not too familiar on how the court system work. We're not too familiar on what happens when you go to court. We're not too familiar on how to represent ourselves when it comes to court. Court. But again, shout out to her for opening his eyes and helping understand that there is a way for you to avoid this. Yes, there is a consequence at the end of the day because you did commit a crime, but there is an easy way of going about it where you don't have to become a felon and you can beat the case and it'll be dismissed versus you having to be a felon and still having to take that on even though you did beat the case. Doesn't make sense for it. So shout out to her for looking out and trying to prevent him from taking the wrong road. Public offender, district attorney, whatever you want to call him, asshole. No other way to put it out there for it. So a lot of people out there just don't give a shit about what happens to people, do their job and go home. You're gonna go do 10 years, like she said, you missed probation and you're pretty much fucked. You go do 10 years, he goes and gets paid, feeds his family and going about his life. So this is why it's better, to stay out of trouble and avoid all issues with the law when it comes down to it, because it's a system to fuck you over regardless. So again, shout out to her. I wish her the best luck going forward, and I'm happy that there's people out there looking out for one another, and there needs to be more people like her because she just saved this man from going on the road. He have to go down, and that's that. That's the end of the video. Wish you like, comment, subscribe, and guys thing in the comment section below. You guys want to this video, and next time I'll see y'all.